Hello everyone, my name is Sangeeta and welcome back to my channel. As discussed in the previous video that I will be covering some of the basics of DaVinci Resolve in this episode. So before I go into the technicalities or the functionalities of the software, I wanted to cover some of the basics. So so the first thing first, you'll have to get the DaVinci Resolve software, which is provided by Black Magic Design Company, and as you can see, like it is available both for free and a paid version. So this paid version in Indian rupees will cost you somewhere around 22,000. So but I'm currently using the free version, and it still has like a decent amount of functionality to create like good videos. So the other thing that you need to take care of before thinking about this software are the tech specs. So it is also a single Google search away. So as you can see, these are the basic minimum requirements, like 16 GB RAM and a dedicated GPU. If you can get it would be much more helpful. So before you dive into doing something with DaVinci Resolve, I would suggest that you do a minimum system requirements for your do a minimum system requirement, so that you can get to know whether or not you can use this software, or if at all you are planning to explore a lot more and use this software more heavily, then you may invest in a laptop, like in a comparatively higher end gaming laptop. So on that note, I wanted to share the system specs that I use. So this is an MSI GL63 series, which I purchased uh, towards the end of I think 2018. Yeah, so this was towards the end of 2018. So as you can see, like these are the basic tech specs. So it runs on 8 GB RAM. It has a 1050 Ti and runs on i5 8th generation. So this is still like a decent configuration in case you cannot get a very expensive laptop, so you can also see something similar, or at least a better one than this. You may get a bigger RAM size than this one. So from this point onwards, let's get into the DaVinci Resolve. So as you can see, I have opened DaVinci Resolve here. So once you have gone ahead and installed this in your system, you will be asked to create a local database, which is basically choosing a drive where all your projects is going to be. So each time, like you start your system, all your projects will be lined up here, and you can just go ahead and select the one that you want to work on, or create a new one. So what I'll do is I'll create a new project, and then walk you through the what to say the different functionalities that are available in DaVinci Resolve, like on a very basic level. So once you are inside, once you've created a project, like I created a project named Untitled Project 3. So once you have created, you will be greeted with a black screen, which may differ in your case. It could be like a little bit different. It may look a little bit different, but the few things that I want to walk you through is that one of the most important aspects that you need to see for DaVinci Resolve is in the lower section, which is here. So as you can see, like if I skip through them, it each time it opens a different uh, sorry each time it opens a different page, which is dedicated to a particular function. So this is one of the very good features of DaVinci, where you have the access to edit different kinds of things. Like this page is particularly dedicated to audio. You can make all your audio manipulations here. Similarly, for color corrections, we have a different screen, and once the video is ready, we also have a separate page for it all together. So this is the place where it's like really well designed to keep the thing sorted. So, as a beginner, what you should ideally do is to click on the third tab, which is the Edit tab. So, this is where all your major works, will take place. So, let's see, like what functionality the DaVinci Resolve gives you over here, and how you can use it to create and render different videos. So first thing first, like the menu options, as since I'm using a free version, if you are also using the same, you will see that like a lot of things, like particular under the Fusion menu are disabled. So basically, you cannot use that. So, but still, like if you explore the menu options, like or just go through it, you will see there are like a lot of options already available to you to create something. The next important section is this one, media pool. So once you have enabled it, it will turn white, and here you can see like no clips and media pool. So this is where you will have to import the different video elements that you would like to work on. So this is where all your video clips, images, audio files, pictures, and all of that will basically stay. Other Beside the media pool, you will see effects library. So it is currently empty because you apply effects on the video elements that you will be working on. So uh, let's do one thing. Let's import some clips and manipulate them. So I have imported a video clip. Then I'll also import. Um, I think I'll import an MP3 file, and if there is a yeah, there is also a JPEG file, or basically a picture file. So I'll also import that. So these are like the visual elements that you need to create separately, before working on them. Other elements like text elements or effects, those are being provided over here. So now that you have roughly uh, have an idea of on what exactly do you want to work on, the next thing is the timeline. So as you can see, this horizontal space is the timeline where you will be editing your videos and stuff. So the simplest way is to just drag and drop. So I'll just take the video clip first, drag and drop things. So you can see like as the video is being dropped, the it has an associated it has created a video one section over here, and also an A1, which is the audio section. So this screen, or this divider is where the audio files and the video files are segregated, because if you are to work on audio file, it will have like different settings to change, while for video elements or for visual elements, things are more or less the same. um, so once you have like imported a particular video clip, and you want to edit on that, you would see like when I click this video clip, or if I click this audio clip, both of these get selected. So the reason for this is like most of the time when you're importing a video clip, it will by default have a audio clip associated with it, even if you have recorded the whole thing on a mute. So if you want to get rid of this audio file, you simply have to right click, and you will see an option of link clips. You just have to disable that, and now these are like, two separate entities. So this is mostly helpful when we are creating a time lapse video where we usually replace the original audio with a music file. So it's useful for that. So to get rid of the audio file or any other element in general, you just select that one and press a backspace, and it gets removed like that. Now let's see, like, what are the different things that we can do with with the video clip. So as you can see, like, the header or the the pointer here over the timeline tells you like where exactly you are on that video clip, and the reference of that particular frame is reflected here. So you also get a timestamp over here. So the first one is basically the 01 represents the timeline. As you can see that on the very on the top left corner we have a timeline one. So it indicates that a timeline has been created, and the rest of the format is like in in minutes, seconds and milliseconds. So you have a sense of where you have a time sense of like where you are in the whole video. So as you can see, like, there is a horizontal scroll over here, which gives you a rough idea of how big the clip is, and you can just further go on adding other elements as and when required. So first thing first, let's see what are the options that we have for video clips. So as I select this clip, all the edit option that one can do with the videos are accessible on the top right corner of the software. So as you can see, there are options for transformation, for cropping, composite stabilization, and some more which are of the of advanced nature. Um, so some things are like straightforward transform, zoom, under which under transform we have like zoom, position, rotation, angle. So these are like pretty much self-explanatory. You also see like reset buttons here, which are just beside the diamond one. I'll come to the diamond thing later. So these are the reset buttons. So you can I'll just show you as an example. So I have increased the zoom element over here. So since x and y, both of them are linked, so this link thing, I have disabled it for now. Then if I disable it, so if both of them are like both x and y coordinates are linked together, then you get proportional zooming. You can disable this one, and similarly just zoom a particular axis. And if you are not happy with the result, you can just simply select this reset button over here, and things come back to the default values, which are 1 and 1. Similarly with the position, you can change it x according to the x and y coordinates. You can similarly rotate the angle, and similarly there are the anchor points that you are aware like what all it does. So similarly we have like the flip options, which may not be like that visible over here. So I'll just go ahead and reset the things to default. So so the first time that you're importing something, just go ahead and play around with this section here and check like what exactly is possible, you are able to do with the features that are given to you. Since many of you would like to create time-lapse videos of the artworks that you create, and we usually speed that up because original drawings are generally hours long. So for that we have the speed change option. Just select that, and it will obviously be in the forward direction. So the default speed is like 100. So this is it will always show you 100 because it is in the speed. It is the normal default speed in which your clip was recorded, whether you recorded it on screen or through a different camera. So you can increase this one, like these are editable buttons as well. So you can just double click and put a number. So I have kept it 500. So you can see like since the speed is increased, so it does leave a little bit of space over here in the that on the timeline. So now you can keep your header back to the original position and play it, and you can see like the clip that I had imported is now acting is being rendered super fast. So these are the changes that you can the things that you get to play around with the video clip. Similarly, images will have like a similar uh, um, nature of manipulation. So as you saw, like this image I dragged onto here, and this created a video 2 over here. So just like any other it basically takes the same idea of creating layers which we use in drawing. So it basically uses the same principle in video creation as well. So like drawing on the top of it and further manipulation. So now as you can see, like it takes up the entire screen, like this picture takes up the entire screen, and if you want to zoom in, zoom out, you can do the same as well. Move it to a different position, rotate it, whatever. So depending on like how and how exactly you want to create your video, you can similarly just keep on adding clips or keep on adding images either on the top, either beside each other, or like stack them up and then manipulate. Similarly, like for the audio, we have like this audio channel over here, and I have imported a different music which I got it from, I think, bensound.com. So you can just add and play it, so it automatically adds up to that. So these are the visual elements that you get to work with. Now apart from changing the apart from the changes that you get to play around from here, we also have effects library. So if the effects library is enabled, you get to see all these options. So you have video transitions, audio transitions. So just like in any video, there are different transitions. Video go through certain transitions to make it like a smooth running. So you do get, like by default, you get some like a good decent amount of transition options by default. But there are places like Evanto, from where you can get premium video transitions, which you can further import it into DaVinci. So that is a little advanced for this particular video, so I won't be covering that. But it is doable, and I'm sure like there are other existing videos from where you can get that. So since it's a video transition, you can apply it towards the you know either either of the ends of the video transition. So since this is like a whole clip in itself and we haven't cut it, so I applied this transition over here. So you can also determine the the duration of how long you want the transition to take place by simply dragging the transition element. So you can play it for that particular time. Now coming to applying different kinds of transitions onto the same video clip, you can come over this section which looks like a blade, and as simple as that, it is used for cutting things. So wherever you want to cut, you can put a cut, and you can see now like we have two different video clips over here. So ensure that you go back to the select option and deselect the blade thing, and now we have two clips. And similarly, we can now apply a different transition over anywhere, like wherever you want, like exactly in the middle. So yeah, so these are the options that you get for video transitions. Similarly, for audio transitions, the options are fairly limited. Like you'll have to you get to crossfade it. It's a simple drag and drop option as well, and you get to see a very small you know rectangular kind of thing audio. And as and when you play around with that, you also get to see the settings in which it is being kept at. So you can either manipulate it here or do the changes here. The other options, which are titles, so this is where your text elements are. Then again, like, you do get a preset of predefined a lot of text elements. You can just drag and drop them, like stack them up, or put them on the side, and then manipulate it. Like, you see a sample text, once you click it, you have an editable option here where you can go ahead and write something, and it renders that. And all the options which are available with the text elements, like the fonts, colors, their shape, size, all of that, those elements are, those settings are available to you here. Um, the other thing that you would have noticed is the diamonds. So DaVinci also provides you little animations that you can do with with the diamonds. So if you want to animate a particular piece, you'll have to enable this diamond button. So like, in the beginning of, from where you want to start to the end of this, to the end of that particular section. Let's try that out with a position. So we put a keyframe here, and then we drag this and put, let's say we do another thing, and the keyframe is already enabled. So let's just test it out. So yeah, so you can see that the lips thing moved from this point to this point onwards. So these kind of small animations with transform, and wherever they are being provided, you can also play with that. um, then we have audio effects, or the Farlight. So this is mostly for the audio editing. Like, touch this part only if you are aware of what you are doing. So there are a few things that might come in handy, like noise reduction and all of that. So there are smaller tutorials available throughout, which you can go and check for noise reduction. What I personally like to do is to record my audio separately in Audacity. I'm not sure if you're able to see this, but I record my voice on Audacity and then sync the video clip over here, so that way it's comparatively clearer, and I don't need to process the audio here in DaVinci. But to let you know, like, you have these options of audio editing as well in the same software. Um, Open effects or filters, similarly, there are like very basic filters. Like, this is a blur box, like you can already see that it's being uh, you know enabled. So if I drag and drop this one and just play, it is super blurry. So you do have like all these effects, basic filters that you can apply here as well. Generators are more or less like, I think, the background that if you want to use instead of the otherwise black screen that you get. So you can also do that and play around. So let's assume, like, this is the final video that you want to export. Once you're like happy with the overall production that you have done, you can just export the video directly from here as well. So in this case, like, the audio file is like pretty long, so just like I had mentioned about the blade, you can cut the audio thing over here as well, and go back to select and backspace the additional one. So in this way, you are going to render only till this portion and not the extended audio part as well. So to export it, you'll have to go to the last tab, which is called deliver, and you are already presented with a lot of presets. So mostly people go about and upload on YouTube. Although if you check Vimeo and Twitter, they have the same settings. So just go ahead, select YouTube, make the file name whatever you want to render. So, like, let's say I'll just keep it render. Browse the location where you want to save the file. So I prefer to do this in here. And once you have defined all these things, you just need to select the add to the render queue and press render all. So once you do that, your like it says the video render in progress. So it will just start rendering your video altogether. And if you're running a GPU, it will just speed up the process, and it will give you a time like how long will it take for the video to render. So since I don't need this video to render, I'll be stopping it. So yeah, so this is just the no, this is like a pretty powerful software in itself, where you get to do multiple, things in one place. Like there, you don't have to, use different kinds of software and then fuse them all together and then render it over here. So a lot of options are here available to you. And as you have already noticed, it doesn't come with a watermark, so you can create like somewhat professional looking videos from this piece of software as well. So yeah, so on that note, I hope like this was informative to you. Though there are a lot of things about DaVinci I did not cover in this one, because I just wanted to cover the basics and uh, make it like a go-to place for any first-time creator. So yeah, so I'll see you next time, and I'll be uploading more of work in progress artworks that I'll be creating. So yeah, so take care.